Built in the 1970s on the busy intersection of Gordon Street and Stone Road, overlooking the University of Guelph, was a small inn named College Motor Inn. The inn changed hands and names several times over the next couple decades, going under titles such as College Inn and College Inn Hotel and Conference Center. In 1987, the inn underwent a major renovation, hiring BJC architects to add a conference center and expand, taking the inn from 63 rooms to over 180. This is when the atrium and pool were added. Shortly after the renovations, the College Inn was sold and became a franchise location under Ramada Inn & Suites, later on selling to Best Western, changing its name for a final time to the Royal Brock Best Western. Discussions of repurposing the corner lot began as early as 2011, with Mississauga-based developer Abode Varsity Living approaching City Council with plans for a student living complex with room for over 1,500 students. The proposal was met with backlash from the community, with 20 out of 21 speakers against the plans. The opinion at the time was that the market just wasn't there to support a student-centered development. A few years later, the hotel set aside a portion of its rooms for university students after the university enrolled more students than it could house, forcing 60 students to live in the hotel as it continued to function as a hotel. The proposal from Varsity Living was altered and brought up to City Council again in 2013, once again being rejected. In 2015, University of Guelph partnered with the hotel to offer temporary housing for several hundred students when on-campus housing wasn't built in time. The next year, the school brokered a formal deal to house over 100 students full-time, forcing the hotel to stop taking reservations and transform into student housing, even being given the nickname Biology House, as all biology students were housed there together. The director of operations at the time stated, "We will continue to be a Best Western hotel. We just don't have any availability for 8 months." This also affected staff as they were no longer needed for daily routines such as room cleaning and laundry. Some of the hotel amenities continued to function as usual, including the pool, kitchen and dining area, and gym. While students living in the hotel were considered lucky since they had extra in-room amenities compared to their on-campus housing cohorts, a free flat-screen TV, a mini-fridge, climate control, and an ensuite was included in each room. There was also a rash of reported thefts that campus police wouldn't act on as they didn't occur on campus property. Realizing their plans weren't going to happen, Varsity Living sold the hotel to Rise Real Estate Inc., who approached City Council in 2018 with a brand new plan. They were going to scrap the idea of student housing and instead turn it into 4 apartment towers geared towards, but not limited to, students. This plan was once again denied. The hotel was used off and on for student housing, but never returned to its hotel status, remaining mostly vacant, other than the occasional vagrant or two, for 2018 and 2019. By March of 2020, a demolition permit had been issued, but COVID-19 halted all non-essential construction. In April, the Guelph Fire Department issued an emergency demolition permit, citing unsafe conditions. Demolition finally started in May of 2020. However, the corner lot may sit vacant for a while longer. The developer was recently in trouble for not completing a project in Waterloo, delaying move-in dates by almost a year, and their last submitted proposal to the city was incomplete and rejected once again.